Hi, it's Chris Titley. We're live at the Sports Strategy Summit here at the Brisbane Convention Centre just after lunch, joined by Matt Harrison. Matt, how are you going?
I'm well, Chris. Thanks for the invite.
Matt's from AFS Group. We'll get into that in a second. But firstly, how was lunch?
Well, I'll tell you what, it was worth waiting for. It was a great lunch. Good combination of food.
Yeah, no, I just had the gnocchi. It wasn't too bad, actually. I enjoyed the gnocchi. I went keen to go back for seconds.
Well, they were just replacing the gnocchi, so I went in with the curry.
Mate, AFS Group, tell us about it.
Australian Frontline Solutions. We've been running 37 years. Pretty much specialise in all the things that nobody likes to talk about: security, safety, medical, compliance, policies, procedures, all the boring stuff until something goes wrong.
And you're at the Sports Strategy Summit for what reason?
Well, we provide a lot of our services to sport, whether it be your local grassroots sport all the way through to Olympic athletes. I've been involved with NAT, with the Aussie Athlete Fund from the start. But I'm also the National Events and Risk Director for American Football Australia. So I look after all of their events. I take their players overseas, chaperone them, step in as a medic when required, and pretty much just look after the logistics of the tour.
What's obviously a very sophisticated area that you deal with, but what's happening in security at the moment? What's the talk of the town?
Look, the talk of the town is preemptive. Everything that we're looking at the moment is trying to make sure that we're not repeating the mistakes of the past.
And when it comes to like player safety and player welfare, etc., and also club sport, how do you suppose wave the flag, saying we're really good at what we're doing, but also we want to make sure everything's fine and dandy? Look,
it's changed a lot over the years. Now it's looking at the much bigger picture, incorporating everything from player welfare. That's all part of their safety. So player security really falls under the safety banner now. You're looking at psychosocial welfare. The influences of different coaches and parents when you're looking at junior athletes. So it's a far more comprehensive approach than just basically looking at the standard security processes.
We're not going to talk too much about parental behaviour and sport and whatnot, but there is I have done nearly 200 interviews with players, and there is a bit of an under-brewing thing around parental behaviour at clubs, etc. Are you seeing that as something which wasn't around 10 years ago, or was around 10 years ago?
It was probably around 10 years ago, but people weren't so frightened to step in and tell someone to pull their head in. Whereas now it tends to percolate and gets out of hand, and once it's out of hand, people are too scared to step in, which is understandable. It's not everyone's forte.
And then when it comes to, I suppose, social media, people got phones and there's accountability and there's all these different things and there's CCTVs and whatnot. That's probably, I suppose, helped a lot of things, or helped alleviate some disputes potentially?
It sort of helped on one hand, and from exactly that. It's pretty hard to dispute. But on the other hand, it tends to egg some people on. They just love that thrill of being on social media, and they see it's done somewhere else, so they want to. It's all about one-upping the previous post. So it can sometimes work against you as well.
And then the Sports Strategy Summit. You're here, you're mingling, you're networking, you're seeing people like Nat Cook from the Aussie Athlete Fund. I caught you having a chat to her before. What do you want to get out of today?
Look, just extend the network. It's great to catch up with a lot of people we do know from the past and people we've worked with or would love to. But it's great to get different perspectives, and it always blows me away how little our athletes get paid. And without the athletes, we don't have any businesses.
And then 2032, talking a lot today about that and legacy and how Brisbane's evolving as a city. Where do you think Brisbane's at, and are you excited about the Games?
Very excited about the Games, absolutely. Anything major like that comes to Australia, it's for a sports nut, it's lifeblood. But look, I think we're in a good spot. 6 years will go past in a blink of an eye. But it seems that everybody's on track, which is fantastic. I've seen a lot of large events that are far further behind than this. Next
year, big calendar for sport in Queensland. Lots of, obviously, opportunities for yourself, but a huge month-on-month. Talking to Anthony Ryan from Beta, and from January the tennis, and then February this, and then March, and then the Rugby World Cup, etc. Next year's a huge year. What are you looking forward to?
Well, hopefully trying to get some gigs at it, because I don't think I can afford the tickets to all the events I'd like to attend, to be honest.
That is the tough part, is getting the tickets. And I think the tickets will be pretty tough for the Olympics as well, even for those people that are living here in Brisbane. The hopes of seeing Gout or Lockie Kennedy or someone in the 100-metre final live, there's probably 800 million people that want to see that, so we'll see how we go with ticketing.
Absolutely. And how do you choose? We've got so many phenomenal athletes, and watching the junior athletes coming through at the moment, they're the ones that are going to be representing us in those short 6 years. Where to focus your attention is impossible.
That's right, Matt. Thank you so much for having a chat today, and wish you all the best. And obviously networking here this afternoon, a panel session to go. A little bit of halfway through, and today's been such a good day already.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate the opportunity.